A man on the brink of despair. A family desperate for hope. A call that changes everything.
Leke was at home that evening, flipping through a newspaper. He wasn't really reading it, he was scanning the pages for job vacancies that matched his qualifications. It had been over 6 months since he lost his job, and his family was suffering deeply. The living room was small and sparsely furnished, with peeling paint on the walls and a single, flickering bulb overhead. Their only son sat in the
Will Leke
corner,
accept the
playing
first lady's
quietly
offer?
with a toy car missing
And
its
at what
wheels.
cost?
Behind,
Find out in part
his
2.
wife had just served a modest dinner of yam porridge, carefully rationing each portion so there would be enough for the next day. Leke searched every page of the newspaper, from the front to the back, but didn't find a single opportunity he could apply for. His frustration grew with each turn of the page. "I'm tired of searching," he sighed, tossing the newspaper onto the table. "Maybe I should go back to the village and start farming. At least with farming, I could feed my family. This city isn't favorable to me anymore." As he sat there, lost in thought, his phone rang. He picked it up and answered. "Good evening, Leke. Do you know who's on the line? Can you still recognize my voice?" The caller was a woman, her tone teasing. Leke frowned and racked his brain, trying to place the familiar voice. But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't remember. "I'm sorry," he replied cautiously, "but I don't recognize your voice. Could you remind me who you are?" The woman chuckled softly, then spoke. "I'm Lola. Your ex-girlfriend. Have you really forgotten my voice?" "That's not fair, Leke." "Lola." Leke's voice was filled with surprise. "Wow. It's been years. I never thought I'd hear from you again after we broke up. This is unexpected. How are you, Lola?" "I'm sure you're doing great, you married a rich man after all." There was a trace of bitterness in his voice, as memories of their painful breakup came flooding back. "It wasn't my fault that I broke your heart," Lola said, her tone softening. "You know how it is for women, time is never on our side. You weren't ready for marriage, and you didn't have the money to support a family. I had to move on. But don't think for a second that I didn't love you. I did. It's just, love doesn't put food on the table." "Well, I've moved on too," Leke said, though his voice carried a hint of pain. "I'm married now, and I have a child. Life hasn't been easy, but we are managing." "That's actually why I'm calling," Lola said, her tone suddenly businesslike. "First, I'm happy to hear you've built a family of your own. But I also know how hard things must be for you. I want to help." Leke's brow furrowed. "Help? How?" "My husband, the rich man I married, was just elected governor. I'm now the first lady," Lola said, her voice brimming with pride. "I want to offer you a job. You'll work for me as my personal assistant. The salary is 2 million naira per month, plus benefits like a free house and a brand new car for you and your family. I'll even help you secure contracts worth billions. If you're interested, I can send you money for flight tickets so you and your family can relocate to my state." Leke was stunned. The offer was too good to be true. "Wow. Congratulations on becoming the first lady, Lola," he said, trying to gather his thoughts. "As for your offer, I'll need to discuss it with my wife. I'll get back to you as soon as I can." "All right," Lola replied, her tone firm but friendly. "But please don't take too long. I need an answer by tomorrow morning at the latest. If I don't hear from you, I'll assume you're not interested and find someone else." She ended the call. Later that night, Leke sat on the bed with his wife, behind, and explained everything. "Do you think I should take the job?" he asked hesitantly. "The salary and benefits are incredible, but I'm afraid. Lola is my ex-girlfriend, And I don't want anything that could cause problems in our marriage. Kehan looked at him, her expression firm. Why are you even hesitating? Haven't we suffered enough? This is the kind of opportunity people pray for. You should have packed your bags the moment she called. But you know she's my ex. And so what? Kehan interrupted. Are you saying you turned down this chance just because she's your ex? We are barely surviving, Leke. We can't even eat 2 proper meals a day. Our child isn't in school because we can't afford the fees. Do you want to keep living like this? Leke sighed and lowered his gaze. He thought of the nights they'd gone to bed hungry, the mornings when their son asked for food they didn't have. Yet, Lola's voice lingered in his mind, her charm as potent as it had been years ago. Are you sure? You won't feel insecure about me working for her. Old firewood can catch fire easily, he said cautiously. Kehan's voice cracked as she replied. Do you know what it feels like to watch your child go to bed hungry? To wear the same faded dress every Sunday because we can't afford new clothes. Leke, this isn't about pride. This is about survival. Take the job.
Will Leke accept the First Lady's offer? And at what cost? Find out in part 2.